episode 3 of Steadfast Stories. Today I'm here with Ed, and today I'm here with Amir. Amir's got a great story, I think that everybody can learn from, whether you're into business or not. What's good, Ed?
Going
How
on,
you feeling today, man?
Awesome.
Amir, what's up, man?
How you doing?
How are you, bro?
What's up,
Pleasure to
man?
have you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Welcome to the
Eric,
show.
Welcome. Thank you, Ed.
All right, Amir, so why don't you tell everybody who you are?
All right. As the O said, my name's Amir. I'm an entrepreneur. I had my own kickboxing studio for over 15 years here in Nyack. And I've gone through many different types of experiences in life.
Okay.
From empowering people in the community to empowering people around the world.
Nice. How long have you been in Nyack?
I've been in Nyack for over 16 years. So just a year after I started my business,
Okay.
I decided to move to Nyack because I didn't want my children to grow up not understanding what diversity was. And Nyack was the most diverse community that I found outside of the city when I came in here. So established in Nyack as I opened up my business in Nyack.
Nice. I can definitely understand. Nyack is a very diverse community. I love it. I'm very fortunate because I grew up in Nyack too. Um, and didn't realize how diverse it was and how important it is to have that experience and how valuable it was until I left for the army. And I was meeting people that had never seen different type of people, whether they were black people, whether they're Hispanic people or Dominican people or Indian people. I had people tell me they never spoke to a black guy ever in their life. So Nyack being very culturally diverse I think is a very valuable thing and what makes this community and this town just a great town and great place to, raise kids.
Absolutely.
So what got you into kickboxing and opening a kickboxing business?
Kickboxing is an interesting thing because it has to do with defense and offense at the same time. So, uh, getting into kickboxing wasn't going into it as a fighting aspect, but I wanted to try to bring it in as a fitness program.
Okay.
Trying to mimic Billy Blanks, who had back in the days did a concept of Tai Bo. So it was air kickboxing, but um, figuring out how you could teach people that you can go through the same training as a fighter to understand what it takes to be a fighter without having to get into the fight, but understanding how long it takes for you to be able to build the endurance to last for the 3 minutes. So, for example, any fighter that is training is always going to have to train for at least to be ready for a 45-minute fight, even though each round is only 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back in the day, it was 3 minutes. I think now it's changed.
Mm-hmm.
So to let people understand how much effort and endurance you have to put in,
Mm-hmm.
For that short period of time, because people just feel that like movies make it seem like it's just a quick little thing.
Yeah.
But the mindset and the endurance are two totally different things.
Yeah, I think both of us can attest to that.
Yeah,
Training.
3 minutes. 3 minutes when you're fighting. That's
3 minutes
long.
It's a long
That is
time.
very long, man.
And people don't understand. They just think like 3 minutes is just like that. But 3 minutes is a lifetime when you're in the midst of a battle.
Have you done a 6-minute round yet in jiu-jitsu?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll make you realize how long a minute really is. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So yeah, I definitely can agree with that. So what are some of the things that you most value about your business or teaching people kickboxing and helping people get fit?
I think that the most important thing that I valued about my business is that besides getting people fit, which was the one base, was about teaching people about how to build confidence for themselves, because it's not just about fighting.
Hmm.
It's about physical fighting is one thing, mental fighting is another, and every single day we're always having a mental kind of fight with work or society around us. So it's how enduring the battle to overcome our fears of what we're gonna do. I'm
Hmm.
afraid to go to work, so I want to call out, or what, I feel ashamed because someone's name calling me.
Hmm.
But if you're able to understand how to battle that and overcome those challenges,
Hmm.
that's a fight that you build and you empower yourself.
Hmm.
And as you empower yourself, then you change the spectrum around you. And that's all it is, because defending yourself is empowering yourself and making yourself stronger against the person that's attacking you with that verbal or mental aspects.
Hmm.
And that's what most society is. In work, it's always you're being put down by your so-called boss, and you always have to say yes sir, no sir, or no ma'am. But you have to overcome that ability to say, you know what, I got over this day, and I'm not going to let their name calling defeat me, because I know what my value is,
Yes, and
and I got to fight over that.
I think that's the greatest thing about martial arts itself. A lot of people look at it because as in though I want to do this because I want to learn how to fight, or I want to learn how to kick ass, or being bullied. But I think the biggest thing and the most valuable thing about martial arts is, like you said, you learn how to win the battle within yourself. You learn how to deal with things up here, because I'm gonna go back to jujitsu. It's like you might be being pinned down by somebody twice as heavy as you, or you might be somewhere where you're stuck, or you just can't move, you can't pass, or you might be in a position where somebody's just making it suck for you. You might not be able to breathe well, or the pressure's bothering you, and it's just like life. You might be in a hard part in life where your finances is weighing you down, or your relationships is weighing you down. One thing about martial arts and jujitsu, and especially, is sometimes it teaches you you have to just stay there. Sometimes you have to weather the storm and wait. Sometimes until it lets up, or you think your way through. You just, but overall, you have to be mentally strong. You have to understand, like, hey, I'm in this. I have to get through this. What do you think, Ed?
Definitely, definitely, man. Definitely. That's life. That's what life is, man. Um, Being able to hunker down and wait out and say, okay, this is the perfect opportunity, or it might have sucked for a little bit, but there's gonna be better days.
Hmm.
There's always gonna be better days.
Hmm.
Like I said, man. Sometimes people, they get in their own head and they're like, man, I'm stuck. I have these bills.
Hmm.
My wife and I ain't doing well. Whatever.
Hmm.
That all it passes. You
Hmm.
weather the storm, and you go on to the next chapter.
Yep. So, Amir, what are some hardships that you faced, whether it's in your life or in your business or opening your business?
There's plenty of hardships that I've faced, um, but I guess I'll share the first aspect of a hardship of opening up my business. So I had opened up my business in 2011, and at the time that I opened up my business, we were in the states. We were going through a one of the first stages of uh, depression, and also financial crises that we had, and that was the time right before Obama had become president. And when I was coming to open up my business, a lot of people were telling me, this is the wrong time to open the business. The economy isn't doing well, and it's just an opportunity for you to flunk and waste your money.
Hmm.
So, in my mentality, is always, you know what, go ahead, give me that, and I will fight you back for it.
Hmm.
And said, I'll open up a business and see if I fail, I fail. If I don't fail, I keep on pushing forward.
Hmm.
So, um,
So what was the hardest thing? Was it whether it was getting the finances to open the business, whether it was finding the spot, was it just taking that leap, or
it was taking that leap.
okay,
It was just saying, you know what, no to everyone else that was putting me down
hmm,
for it and discouraging me from doing it, because it wasn't their life. It wasn't their chance. It wasn't their opportunity. It wasn't their risk.
okay,
I took the risk and I pushed myself forward.
You're
And
happy you're happy that you took the leap though, right?
I'm happy I took
Because
the leap
because a
because
lot of people,
I
um,
took,
you know, you they hear certain things from colleagues, friends, or whatever, and they get discouraged. They don't take the leap, and like I always said, if you don't take the leap, you don't know what's on the other side. You know,
absolutely.
so pretty much you're happy that you did, right?
Absolutely. I'm happy I did because funny story is when I came to get my when I got my business license and I was opening my business, and I was at Village Hall uh, to declare that I was opening up business.
hmm,
They told me it'll be interesting to see if you make it past 3 weeks, because most small businesses didn't make it past 3 weeks in 2011.
yeah, and
And I said, watch me. Mm.
and then you were
And
open for
and
16
I did
years.
for 16 years
Wow.
until COVID hit. So, and I transformed so many different people, and I built so many different stories.
So along the way, what were some of the challenges you had to face?
Mm. Challenges that I had to face when I started my business was first trying to draw in the clientele.
Okay.
So when I first opened up, I figured I was going to be drawing in pre-fit individuals uh, that already knew something about fighting and kickboxing. But what was a surprise to me was that I got a whole bunch of beginners, women that were interested in learning how to defend themselves and build self esteem.
Hmm.
So it wasn't people that had any type of fighting background, but starting from scratch.
Okay.
So that was the one of the biggest interesting challenges of starting from the very basics and building up.
That's a different question. What are some of the challenges you face having a business?
The challenges of having a business um, was accommodating to people, because I thought as opening a business that it was just a set aspect. This is what the guideline is. This is what I'm going to do, and this is how it's going to build. But as you learn as a personal trainer or a martial arts instructor, um, that people's attitudes and feelings come into play.
Hmm.
So, um, having people that either I push too hard to train them, and they like, oh no no, I want my money back because this is not what I planned for, or people complaining about uh, why do I have to do this if I'm paying you, and I didn't see any change in the first 3 weeks, so why am I still paying you? So trying to overcome those short goal short goal wishes that people had,
Hmm.
to make them understand that to do anything in life, you have to go through a period of struggle and build up towards it. But at the same time, you have to uh, put in full trust in the process that's happening,
Okay.
and not jump the gun or jump the boat.
Yeah, you got to
You
trust the
gotta
process. You got to let things, let it flow.
Stay consistent.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the ups and downs. That's what it is.
So, if you can give one piece of advice to younger yourself, whether it's 5 years ago, 2 months ago, yesterday, or when you were 10, what would it be?
This might sound a little bad, but some advice that I'd give myself as a younger individual, uh, after pursuing everything that I've done in my life, uh, is not not being so accommodating to individuals, and holding them to a level that I wanted to keep, instead of a level of what society uh, kept.
Okay.
So in that manner, just saying, if they complained about something, because they said, society says this and that, you know what, you got to bypass it, because society has changed so many times in the past couple decades that we've had, and people are willing to change according to what the mass say, instead of what the few say. And the few are the ones that were always the loudest in the past.
So, you would try to hold people to a higher standard towards the standard that you
Well,
think
no,
they
no,
should be at, or the society
no,
should.
not hold them to a higher standard, but to hold them to believing in what what they uh, what they came in for, what they paid for, is what they're gonna get accomplished. It's not about that they get afraid of it and they want to run away from it,
Okay.
because you can pay money for something, but you don't follow through with it.
Hmm.
You pay money and you accept what you have to go through.
Hmm.
And a lot of people in today's society and 10 years ago weren't didn't want to go through what they had to learn. They said, I paid you, so I should just get whatever I wanted. And that's not how the real world
Works.
is at all.
No, I agree, and I think you're right with that too. A lot of people, they want to get to a place in life or succeed at something or accomplish something, um, but then they find out how much work it is to do that, and what they have to do, whether it's putting in, a certain amount of hours, or whether it's putting a certain amount of miles when you're running on the road or you're sweating, or you have to put in a little bit of pain. People will see that, and then they get afraid from it, they fear it, and then they run away from it, and they just run away from that dream or goal they had entirely. So I think I can definitely agree with you on on that portion of it. What do you think, Ed?
Oh, definitely. Anything that's worth it, it's worth the sacrifice. You want you want those abs. And you gotta do your sit ups. You gotta eat the right way. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hmm.
Like I said, man, if it's worth it, it's your goal. You're gonna go through the motions,
Hmm.
and eventually you're gonna get there.
Yeah. Even if it comes to like relationships, or like, you're trying to get in a relationship, you might see a girl that you like, and the girl's beautiful, bad, and you want to go up there and talk to her, or you and your boys just talk about, yo, we should go talk to her. How many people just sit there and are too afraid to go up to her,
Yep.
and then they just let that opportunity walk right by them, and they're like, damn, what could have been that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Definitely.
That's 100% true. Like, there was a thing that I learned when I was doing a lot of the Spartan races that I did, and try to draw clients into the Spartan race. was a saying that was called "enjoy the suck."
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? As much as it's annoying and it sucks doing what you're doing, you know what? You push through because it's gonna empower you. But people don't want to do that, so it's like, you know what? They're afraid of the what if,
Yes.
and that's what our society is, as you said. You know, because you never know what would have happened if you kept on following through with that shorty,
Mm-hmm.
and find out, what, she might have been the woman for your
That
life.
might have been the love of your life, and
And
you
yeah,
just let her
Yeah,
walk right
yeah.
by.
but other
Yeah.
times you just jump right in, and you're like, oh, this is the greatest person in my life, and then
Mhm.
they end up being the worst person in your life because you just like, yeah, you know what?
Listen,
But at least you have the experience.
Yeah,
At least you.
listen, the worst that could happen is you fail. You try
Yeah.
again, you try again, try
Mhm.
again, try again. At some point, you're gonna succeed.
I mean, David Goggins said too. He's like, no, I didn't fail. I'm gonna try something and quote unquote failed, but I didn't fail because at least I tried.
Yes.
I went out there and I tried. I can put my head down at night, knowing that okay, I wanted to do something. I was a little afraid of it. I still went forward. I tried, and it didn't work
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You only lose when you don't try.
I think the biggest obstacle for people is the mind.
Yes.
In your mind, you're like, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna this.
Mm-hmm.
Once you train your mind to, like, you know what? Let me try it. You fall, get back up. Like when you're a baby, you're crawling.
Accepting failure.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're a baby. You start crawling, right? At some point, you walk and you fall down. What do? Do you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna. I gave up. I'm not gonna walk ever again"? No,
Never
you
walk.
you, you try again. Keep going. Next thing you know, you're walking, running, all type, jumping.
Short-term memory.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what it is.
Exactly. You have to have short term memory. If
That's it.
people want to realize success, they have to have short term memory. Because if you're dwelling on the past and dwelling on your failures, you will never get
no,
anywhere.
definitely not.
You would.
Definitely not.
There's so many people just stuck in that.
But that's what builds our fear across the board,
Mm-hmm.
because we hold on to that negative that we had,
Mm-hmm.
instead of, like, you know what? Okay, let me forget about it and let me
Yeah.
go to the next step.
Yep.
Try it a
Yep.
different way. Okay,
Yep.
this route didn't work. Back up, reevaluate.
Yep.
Try this route. Okay,
Yep.
that didn't work. Try this route. Oh, this is it.
Mm-hmm. That's what my coach used to say. He'd be like, just forget the last play. You might have missed that last shot. Forget the last play. There's another play.
No,
The
definitely,
game keeps
definitely.
going. Life
Yep,
keeps
definitely,
going.
definitely.
So what's a piece of advice that you would give to somebody going through a hardship, whether it's in business or a relationship, or whether in life in general?
I think the biggest advice that I can give, and I've gone through it myself, um, with the ups and downs in my life, is every day's a new day. Wake up and refight, and then re-push for the goal that you want, and just keep on fighting for it. Because if you just give in, you know what, then you give up. But you keep on building, and you keep on empowering yourself to know what what you believe in is your empowering goals and your empowering drive. But if you let people let you break yourself down, then you don't have anything else. You are your core. Just keep on building up and keep on pushing, because no doesn't mean anything. No just means, okay, I got to work harder.
Definitely, definitely.
In some circumstances.
Well, yes, some sort of, yeah,
No, that's just a joke. I agree with you.
in self-encouragement.
But
You know what? In self-encouragement.
just to go back to the shorty thing. If she said no, you might have to say.
If she said no, then that means, okay, you know what?
It's not find another
Yeah.
way.
Let's just be clear for our viewers so that
Go to
no means no, guys.
you find the next one that says yes. No, you don't keep on going. But no. But I've been told no so many times. Actually, a good story is one of my senseis had me do this drill where his old slogan was "Fat Kickbox," and he made me go to the mall and give out this flyer that says "You're fat, so kickbox," and I had to give it out to people to try to get memberships. And the number of fucking no's that I got And I was like, oh, and people got mad at me, and I was like, oh, I'm just trying. But you know what? For some people, they got pissed off and they just berated themselves. Other people, they got pissed off. They
And they
took
did
a
something
moment.
about
They
it.
thought for a second, and they're like, maybe that's the aha moment.
Yeah.
I don't.
So you never know. But you know what? If you're not, if you're afraid to deal with the confrontation,
Mhm.
you'll never know.
I don't think that would work nowadays. You probably get sued or something.
Yeah, nowadays, maybe not.
Nowadays, I don't
Like, did you
understand.
just what? No.
Yeah, this was back in this was back in 1990 no nine yeah 1999. So yeah, different times nowadays.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
saying,
Much
definitely.
different
but
time.
it's still the attitude concept is still the same. If you're afraid to explore, you won't know. As
No,
you
no,
just
yeah.
said with the babies, you know what? As a baby, you fall, you get back up, you try
No,
again.
definitely,
You're not,
definitely,
boom.
definitely.
That's it. So that's how you build yourself up. So
So, what's one decision that changed your life?
one decision that changed my life was out in Mongolia. I was doing a Spartan race and a Gogi, 72-hour challenge, and there was a challenge that we had where we had to swim across a lake in 32-degree weather. And there was a woman that didn't know how to swim, but she lied in her form that about it. And I saw in her eyes that she couldn't swim, and everyone was freezing, and I'm a skinny guy, and I was freezing my butt off. And I could tell from her eye contact that she wasn't going to make it. And I pushed out there and went to go get her and bring her back in. And I ended up getting hypothermia, and everyone was trying to save my life because I fell unconscious of it. And that made me realize that it doesn't matter what size you are, it's about how big your heart is and how big your um, drive to what's the best word? Your drive to help humanity is to push forward. And once I came back in 2018, I joined the fire department because I knew that, you know what, people can talk as much as they want, but action will always lead towards the way.
Action always speaks louder than words.
Definitely.
So that was it.
So, resilience is a big part of Steadfast Society. It's one of the main pillars of what we stand for. What does resilience mean to you?
Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. Keep on standing. No matter how long, how long it takes. It could take 3 days. It could take 3 months. It could take 3 years. But you keep on fighting to build up towards what you want, and you'll get it. And never give up on what you believe in yourself. So resilience will just keep on pushing you. But the moment you get afraid, it stops you. But keep on fighting.
What's something you're really proud of that you don't talk about much?
I don't know. I try to let my actions speak out for themselves, but I guess how I influence my children in their lives, positive or negative, I guess that's the only thing that I can put out there. So I'll only find out down the road if I did the right thing or did not.
When you're having a tough day, what keeps you going?
I think what my parents instilled in me, that belief in myself, and you know what, pride.
Who or what inspires you to keep pushing forward?
My parents and my children. parents showed me the way as a third world parents, and the strict aspect that they had, and trying to teach my children the values, but not in the same way that we did that my parents did in the past. Because nowadays we have, you know what, CPS and everything else. But you know what, a good beating sometimes taught us the right thing. But at the same time, you know what, it how how hard you'd see that you'd see your parents working, and how much they cared about you, even though they wouldn't say it out loud. So I think that's the biggest drive that I have, you know, to make my children better than I was, because my parents wanted to make me better than they were.
I think that's the way it is. I think that's always been my belief. Every generation should get better. You know, like my parents came over from Dominican Republic. You know, my dad worked. You know, set, different jobs here and there, whatever. Finally ended up working for like a food distributor to try and get us a better education so that we can take it to the next level. So, you know, I believe that I should push my kids to take it to the next level, and then, so every generation, to me, I think every generation should, get better, which is, I believe, what your parents believe in too.
Absolutely, you know, because I'm still trying to, as I said in the beginning of the program, you know that my parents worked for the UN as working for anti-apartheid, you know, fighting against you know what, atrocity, and putting together the 101 uh, lines of human rights in Africa and across the world. And I'm still trying to, you know, touch base close to what my father did. But at the same time, I've done my own achievements in my own way, and trying to teach my children how to do their achievements in their own way. So it's, you know, bettering, as you said, bettering each way, but at the same time growing off of the past, so that way we never repeat the past.
Definitely, definitely.
So before we wrap this up, is there anything you would like to tell our audience? Anything you want to shout out? Maybe your company, your brand, social media, loved ones, friends.
I'm not one to throw out stuff like that, and but I'll just put you know what, believing in yourself. And when I was doing when I had my kickboxing business as Anubis Fitness, about empowering and pushing people, and as a firefighter, just being there, you know what, protecting and serving the community. But I'm not one to brag or think too high of myself about anything. I'm just an ordinary individual that's just pushing to help out across the board.
All right, Amir. Well, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Nah,
The journey is dope.
thank you.
My brother, thank you for coming
We
on the show.
appreciate you for
Thank you.
we appreciate you for coming. We appreciate, you telling us your story. I think our viewers will definitely be able to get something out of this, whether it's them opening their own business, whether it's them getting into martial arts, whether it's kickboxing, jujitsu,
Or just believing themselves.
exactly, or just having mental fortitude or resilience itself. I think this is a very valuable conversation we had. What about it? What do you?
Definitely, definitely, man. I want to thank you for taking your time out to volunteer as a firefighter, because a lot of people talk the game, but they're not about it. And I as I pass by the firehouse, I constantly see you there. You're on the truck, you're shining, and you're making it ready. You're responding to these calls. You were very active in your community. And, I want to thank you for that.
Yep, definitely.
Well, that's what's it called? That's love and faith in our community, and at the same time, it's that silent pact that we take to better better things around us, because we know other people won't do it.
Hmm.
So, you know what? Someone has to do it.
Hmm.
Mm. And we don't take the glory for it. It's not something that we go to praise about. It's something that we just do.
Thanks for tuning into episode 3 of Steadfast Stories. We appreciate it. If you want to be part of the Steadfast Society or get your story heard, contact us at Steadfast Society HQ on Instagram. Go to our website, steadfastsocietyhq.com. Or you can reach out to Ed.
You can reach me at Eddie with the Leases on Instagram. You can give me a call, 845-767-0095. We're glad to have you on the show. Also, if you're going through some tough times or anything, feel free to contact me. I'm here to listen.
Like the merch, make sure you go to steadfastsocietyhq.com. It's sweaters, hoodies, you got hats. Use code Amir, AMIR, 10% off your whole purchase. Thanks for joining us.